about, the importance of financial literacy. You know what I'm saying? In this in this system that we're in, and the way people are, um, I'm gonna just say brainwashed or dictated on how to utilize money, and with the influence of music, hip hop, um, everything we see on TV. This society here in America, I don't know about anywhere else, but society in here in America, it's all about financial wasting, wasteful spending. Every time you turn around, there's a holiday that, we need to celebrate, or a birthday that we need to celebrate. Every time we turn around, we constantly have to come out of pocket for things that really don't improve our financial situation. You know, the beginning of the year, it's New Year's, and then after New Year's, no, before New Year's is Christmas and Christmas Eve, and then Thanksgiving. It's like every single month, this society, this system, is constantly got people going in their pockets and doing a lot of wasteful spending. Am I telling you not to, you know, enjoy the fruits of your labor? No. But I feel like people are just constantly spending wastefully, constantly. I see it every day. You know what I'm saying? People feel like they have to celebrate holidays. You know what I mean? And I came to a point in my life to where I don't celebrate holidays. I don't buy gifts on Christmas. You know what I'm saying? I feel like me being responsible financially, those things do not matter in my world. They don't. They don't matter in my world. You know what I'm saying? I've always been the type of person who, even when I was a shorty growing up, you know what I'm saying? Anytime I got allowance, anytime I made some money, because back in the day, kids used to, hustle. We used to hustle to get bread. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're not like this generation today where they won't go out. We used to do things like rake grass, cut grass, shovel snow, have a car wash, stuff like that. Like, we used to get out and hustle as kids, you know what I'm saying? Or collect cans and bottles around the neighborhood. Like, as a kid, we were always doing stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And, as I'm not gonna say as a kid, I didn't take my money and buy toys and all that good stuff. But for the most part, I remember being a kid, taking my bread and, I cut a hole in the side of my handlebars and I would roll my bread up, you know what I'm saying, what I made for the week or for the day, and I would stuff it in the handlebars. You know what I'm saying? Used to do stuff like that as a kid. And before you know it, I would have like $100, $150. We talking about, this is like the 80s, man, like the early 80s, mid 80s. You know what I'm saying? I was born in 77, so I'm talking about the 80s, man. When money went a little bit further. But I constantly see people with the wasteful spending, you know what I'm saying, and buying designer clothes when their bills are not paid, their rent's not paid. It's just being irresponsible financially as adults. And a lot of that has to do with the culture here in America. It's all about the dollar bill in America. So I wanted to play a clip of a video from shout out to Bag Fuel. They did an interview with Akon, man, and he made a lot of good points in this video. Talk about the importance of financial literacy. And I want you guys to peep this video out, you know what I'm saying? Listen and take notes if you have to, you know what I'm saying? But check this out, man. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to play this video for you on my phone, and I want you guys to check it out.
Now, especially if I know he need me. No, but with Payne, it was a little different because Payne had got to a certain level of his career where he was competing with me, too.
Interesting.
Right? So we would have real conversations. I'd be like, yeah, Payne, I don't think you need to buy that car. Like, I was a car collector. I had over 30 cars. Like,
illegally?
No.
Before,
for sure. But I think that was another reason why I was so obsessed with cars.
Yeah.
Because at that moment, I was actually able to afford it. And it felt good to know that I could ride down, the papers are clean, like, nigga, what, pull me over, here you go, you know? Go ahead, check, right? So that was already an obsession. But I noticed that every time I bought a car, Payne would come and try to outdo it. Then he pulled up on me in a Bugatti. I said, nigga. At that time, the car was like 1.7 million. Now you get a Bugatti for about 3 million. It's like double the cost now. Yeah. But at that time, even that was unheard of.
For sure.
Like 1.7, I said, damn. But I knew at that moment, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Because, first of all, I would never make a decision like that. If I'm going to spend 1.7 on any vehicle, it's going to be a jet or a boat. Because boats, they stay on the water, they make you money, docking fees are low, you can rent it out, it comes back. And if you sell it, you get double the price, right? It's almost like owning a house.
A house, yeah.
Now, cars, from the moment you come out that lot, that should depreciate damn near 40%. So I saw that car, I said, ooh. I said, Payne, I don't know. He said, I'm shitting on these niggas. I said, yeah, you are. You shitting on me too, nigga. I gotta give it to you, boy. Nigga, he was shitting on everybody.
Yo. He had the gas station in his house.
At that time, right.
What? He had a gas station in his house?
What,
BP in your house?
Yeah, no.
Oh, you're a real African.
No, because, you know, a lot of people didn't know that energy was my first source of income. Music was like my fifth.
Wow.
So, yeah, music was always a vehicle to get to the money. It was never my, like, I never...
You're dominant.
I was using music as a way to walk in the doors that, you know, normal niggas wouldn't be able to walk into. That's why I was able to transition from oil and gas into renewable energy and start doing solar and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of people never really knew that.
So with that money coming in with the solar and all that different type of stuff, what made you get into that? Like, why did you want to take that to the level that you're taking it to?
I think it got to the point where money wasn't the object no more. You know, I think in the beginning, your first, you know, motivation is to get rich. Then once you get rich, you start hanging around other rich people. Then you realize, okay, what am I doing? Like, what's the point of having so many millions of dollars just sitting in the bank and just collecting interest, just outside of having security, right? But then when you start hanging around people that actually know how to manage money properly, you realize that after you get to a certain amount of dollars, you really can't never, ever go broke if it's managed properly.
If it's managed properly.
You understand what I'm saying? Because money itself creates money.
Check it out.
Like, let's just say hypothetically you had $10 million. Just you're throwing it out there. And you're making 3% on that $10 million just for sitting it in a basic CD.
Yeah.
A basic CD at Bank of America or Wells Fargo or Truist is going to be like 3%. Nigga, you're getting 3% of $10 million every month. You can live off just that 3% forever. And as the interest rates get higher, that 3% gets larger. Just think about that. And then and then the worst part is, with $10 million in the bank, you never even have to touch that $10 million. You can go to the bank, lend against that $10 million, and whatever let's say, okay, I want to borrow $10 million off the $10 million already sitting in there. I got $10 million that I just borrowed from the bank. This is my money over here, liquid cash that I ain't never got to touch. And I take this $10 million and I go fuck it up. Guess what's gonna happen? I just gonna have bad credit. Credit fucked up. They calling you every day.
Are y'all dang?
Right?
Are you gonna make a minimum payment?
Right. And guess what? That $10 million still sitting over there. Now I
because that's business credit. They can't take your personal
At the
money.
end of the
That's
day,
business credit.
and then you probably get smart, like the white boys file bankruptcy. Now that money
Yeah,
goes in the
that
wind.
money-
You ain't never got to worry about it no more.
And
And
circle
then you
right back
build
up.
your credit up 5 more years and borrow more money. So it's a cycle. Like, that's why rich people never, ever go broke, because they utilize the system, right? And then you got people that really take it to a whole nother level where the reason why money continues to go and families continue to stay, constantly wealthy is because they know how to maximize the insurance of funding.
And I'm gonna stop it right there, man. A lot of Jews Akon was kicking in that video, man. And again, shout out to Backview. Check them out. You know what I mean? Great content over there on Backview. But yo, it's all about financial literacy. We have to stop the wasteful spending. You know what I'm saying? We have to start to invest our money. We have to take advantage of this system here in America. And America is built on being business owners. You know what I'm saying? Individual business owners. And that don't even mean like, having a brick and mortar. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could mean you could be an investor. You can invest in stocks and ETFs. Like, that's something I'm really into now. You know what I mean? I got crypto. I got ETFs, and things like that. You got YouTube, guys. You got YouTube. YouTube is like, you can learn anything on YouTube, yo. Anything. Now I'm on my ETFs, man. Learn about ETFs and see what stocks. You can buy certain stocks that pay you a dividends. You know what I'm saying? Like, ETFs, the same thing. ETFs is a bunch of stocks together in different sectors. You know what I'm saying? And that pays you a dividends. Instead of just buying one stock, you got multiple stocks in one ETF that pay a monthly dividend. Instead of blowing your bag at the club, you can put that 10 grand in an ETF and turn around and be making residual income each and every month off that ETF, depending on which type of ETF you get into. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm learning the ETF game, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all about residual. You can have 100,000. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say you got 100,000 just chilling at your crib. Let's just say hypothetically, but it's not doing anything. That 100,000 is not doing anything. It's not doing anything to generate residual income for you. It's not moving. If the money's not moving, it's DEAD. And when you got that, even though, it's still a good thing to have it, even if you don't do nothing with it, but still, you have to take a percentage of that and you have to invest. Now, I'm not a financial advisor at all. I'm not trying to give anybody financial advice whatsoever. Let me point that out. This is just for entertainment and educational purposes only. I do not give financial advice at all. This is just my opinion on what I would do. But in a society, if somebody had to have 100,000, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna blow the bag on something silly. You know what I'm saying? Jewelry, designer clothes, shoes, going to the club. This is what the system wants you to do. They want you to keep depending on the system. Instead of taking that 100,000 and take a percentage of that, pick maybe like 10 grand, and start building your ETF portfolio. You know what I'm saying? We have to be more financial literate. And Akon also touched on, how you can borrow against the bread too, as well, and how you can live off the interest rates of the savings account. You got things like 5%. You get 5% on your bread, like high yield interest accounts. You know what I'm saying? And you could just have the bread just chilling there. You don't even have to touch it. You can just live off the interest. That's just saying if you had like 5,000, 10,000, but it really don't. People, they make these these excuses and that too. People make excuses. Well, I can't afford it. I got this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Excuses. But you got people in China, you know what I'm saying, who's living way below their means, and it don't. A lot of people in China don't even make what Americans bring home right now in a bad economy right now. And these people got, you know what I'm saying, silver. They invest in silver. They invest in gold, and that too. You gotta have some of that. You gotta have some of that too. We have to stop buying liabilities and buy more assets. You know what I'm saying? Liability is like, you know, buying a brand new car. Yo, once you leave that car off the lot, it depreciates. Soon as you leave the lot with that vehicle, it depreciates. That's a liability. An asset would be, again, like I talked about, gold, silver, you know what I'm saying? Invested in the stock market, crypto, you know what I mean? ETFs. Really love ETFs, you know what I'm saying? Things like that, man. Again, guys, you got to get more financial literacy going on, man, and start to learn. You don't have to go to school for it or nothing like that. Again, with this internet, there's so much information out there. So it's no excuse. You know, I just bought a book, which is a really good book if you guys want to learn ETFs. It's part of the Dummy series. Investing in ETFs for dummies. And I'm reading this book. I'm almost done with this book. You know what I'm saying? I read books. I watch videos. I educate myself. The thing is to learn and apply. And a lot of people are learning, but they don't apply it. You know what I'm saying? They're too afraid. You cannot be afraid to do something that goes against the grain, do something different. Like, you can't be afraid. If you stay on the sideline, nothing's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So, again, the importance of understanding what money is about, investing. Again, money, people look at money the wrong way. People look at money like it's just something to make them happy, to make them feel good. When you're supposed to utilize financial resources, money, to accumulate more money, accumulate residual income. And, you know, you got things like YouTube, you got all these platforms, TikTok, you know, I really don't like TikTok anymore. I'm not even on TikTok anymore. They abandoned my account. Like, I had like 3 pages. They banned it all for no reason. But like TikTok, if you know what I'm saying, if that's what you want to do, there's so many platforms. So many platforms, you know, that you can start and build your little audience, you know what I'm saying? And again, that's another way to make residual income. You could be a blogger. So many ways to make bread today, guys. I mean, there's really no excuses, especially for this young generation. You know what I mean? This young generation. This is your generation, the internet, and for any young person not to be on any type of social media, I don't really understand it. I'm 47 years old, and I try my best to put out content that that can help somebody. You know what I'm saying? That can hopefully reach somebody and go, you know what you know what I'm saying? Son said that was real, and I really do need to change how I look at money, and that's what people need to do here in America. They really need to change their mindset about money. You know what I'm saying? Because most people just utilize money just to make them feel good for the moment, and we have to start looking past the moment and looking into the future and setting up our grandkids and our grandkids. You know what I'm saying? Something for the whole bloodline that they can benefit from. Like Rockefeller said, like, he don't want to own anything, but he wants to control everything. And what he mean is learning how to create trust. And that's what I want to get into next. after I understand the ETFs and get that down, I want to learn how to create a trust, and I'm gonna get into that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really on a path of creating a path, not for just the moment, but future generations. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's my goal. But again, guys, I know that it's tough right now, you know what I'm saying? But you cannot say you cannot afford it in these days and times where you got so many social media platforms that people can get onto and create like a side hustle. You can start a podcast, you know what I'm saying? There's so many things you can get into, man. At one point in time, I did have a podcast. I had one great year podcasting, and then I was going through some stuff in my life, man, and it replaced my job for the moment. You know what I'm saying? So, again, that's something I might get back into as well. Starting up my podcast again. But yeah, guys, that's my take on this video, man. Please subscribe to the channel. Please hit that notification button so you know when I put up another video. And if you like this joint, man, hit the like button if you feel like it was a great message and it helped you out. But that's my take, guys. I'm out. Peace.